Falcon and Sparrowson rushed to the Palais Royal to arrange a private audience with the king. After filling in a pile of forms, the two are led to a waiting area. Are you here to see the king? That's right. Okay, take a number and wait to be called. Take a number? Yep, just wait your turn. Oh dear. More fools have come to see the king. Let me guess. Lawyers. That's right. How did you... Hey, I know you. You're the Prime Minister, Monsieur Guizot. Oh, wow. You're right, Sparrowson. It's an honor to meet you, Prime Minister. Spare the formalities. You two are here to offer the king legal aid, aren't you? Yeah. We're going to offer him assistance for the upcoming rebellion. Let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother. Excuse me? King doesn't take kindly to any form of criticism. He buries his head so far in the sand that one could swear he was an ostrich. One would think 7 assassination attempts would be enough for a man to learn that he is detested. With all due respect, Prime Minister, I think the King of France is mature enough to not let his ego get in the way of his senses. He's a King of France. Historically, they've very much not done that. So one would think. 24! That's us. It was a pleasure meeting with you, monsieur. Good luck. You'll need it. 24! Calling number 24. Good day, Your Majesty. Good day, monsieur. I'm wondering if I should just go full French accent like I did the first time he showed up. Can I help you with anything? Oh, I probably should have prepared a speech beforehand. That would have been smart, huh? Just wing it. Right, let's see. How to start. Your Majesty. Your Majesty, what I'm about to say is of the utmost importance. Please listen closely. Okay, I'm listening. Great evils besiege your kingdom. There is a storm on the horizon. There is a storm coming. Rebels are plotting your downfall, and many believe that a serious uprising is imminent. Imminent, you say? Goodness. We humbly offer our aid. We are sure that such a pitiful revolt will blow over in no time at all. Nonetheless, we would like to humbly offer our aid as lawyers. We may be of great use to the throne in this troublesome time. I think I understand. You do? I understand you're a pair of con artists attempting to screw a self-made bourgeois out of his hard-earned money? You have the nerve to even imply my people hate me. I'm the citizen king. I'm beloved by all. Beloved kings tend to experience fewer assassination attempts. Beck, have these two crooks thrown in jail. Maybe that will teach them a thing or two about respect. Right away, Your Majesty. You can't be serious. Oh, he was serious. Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten me into. There's no need for the attitude, Sparrowson. We won't be in here for long. Once we receive a court hearing, the judges will no doubt dismiss our charges instantly. And how long will it take for us to get a court hearing? Tell me that, Monsieur Smarty Pants. A week or so, I'm guessing. I can see why that might be a problem. Revolution could be in full swing by then. What to do? We could try escaping. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody's ever escaped from the conciergerie before. But nobody's ever locked the genius Sparrowson and his witty lackey, Falcon, into the same jail cell before. It's an absurd suggestion. I'm not the lackey. Got any better ideas? Okay, let's break out of prison. Fantastic! Narrow to examine. Look, Falcon, a loose brick. We could wait for a guard to transfer us to some place, sneak up behind him, and then we get a death sentence for murder. I think not. Let's search a little harder. There's a little dent here. One of us could hide. Hide? What would that accomplish? Well, a guard would eventually come and be like, "Where's the other prisoner?" And then we use the momentary confusion to push him over and escape. You really think an experienced guard would be confused by a prisoner hiding in a little hole in the wall? We can do better. Handles. A fireplace. It's been bricked up, so escaping up the chimney isn't an option. There's a bit of a scrap metal in this hole. I think it broke off an iron shackle. We could dig through the stone walls with this. See, it's all scratchy. That may actually work, if we had a decade or two. That's a maybe on the stone digging scheme. Well, I'll keep it in mind in case the king decides to go all Count of Monte Cristo on us. A ledge! Give me a leg up I can grab on and shimmy my way over somewhere. Let's be honest, Sparrowson. None of us have the physical prowess to shimmy anywhere. An area to examine. I don't think there's anything else to look at now. Okay. No evidence. No, that's it. I give up. So soon? Yes. Trying to escape from a notoriously inescapable prison wasn't the smartest plan that we have ever devised. Well, well, well. That voice. That condescending tone. Just what are you two bird brains doing? Severin, you're alright. Yes, I'm fine. The injuries I sustained were mostly superficial. The doctor advised me not to do anything strenuous anytime soon, but he gave the all clear for returning to my job. So tell me, why did I get a memo informing me that J.J. Falcon and Sparrowson were being held in the conciergerie for treason? It's all Falcon's fault. Naturally. I figured that if a revolution is inevitable, we should do our best to ensure the uprising proceeds in an organized manner. The less bloodshed, the better. Okay, so what did you do? We offered the king our assistance. We said that we would defend him in court, if and when such a need arises. Well, we didn't quite use those words. This isn't the first time the king has had someone in prison for something so pointless, but a pig-headed fool. Consider your charges dropped. All right, let's get out of here. Hold on. You caught my interest with this idea of yours. A bloodless revolution. You're absolutely right in that. If the king is captured, the citizens will evolve into an unruly mob of animals. We should be prepared for a formal trial. No, we should preempt it. We? You're going to help us? Of course. This isn't a simple task that can be handled by two birds alone. What do you mean by preempt, Severin? We go on the offensive. We charge the king with crimes against the French people before the rebels can even act. We can do that? We can certainly try. I'll start building a case against the king. My argument will be focused on the king's gluttonous and irreverent fiscal policies, his lack of commitment to his socio-political promises, his overall ineptitude and irresponsibility on all facets of his duties as a monarchical ruler, and obviously his denial of universal suffrage. Obviously! How am I supposed to defend the king from all of that? You can't. If you try to argue with logic and facts, this hypothetical trial will inevitably result in a landslide guilty verdict. I suggest you take a different approach. Appeal to the king's character. Try to win people's hearts with tales of the beloved Citizen King. He hasn't been called the Citizen King for like 10 years. It was just a suggestion. But consider this, you don't need to win the case, you just need to make a strong enough argument that the trial is fair. All that remains is ensuring the king can be peacefully brought to the courthouse when the protests start to turn violent. It's a job for the police and royal guard. I'll inform Inspector Valerti of our plans and prepare accordingly. At least, I would if I could find him. Inspector Valerti is missing? Apparently, he's taken an informal leave of absence since Wednesday. Hold on, Falcon, one thing eludes me. As you probably figured, Inspector Valerti had me perform an investigation into your past. He thought you were the Viridian killer, crazy as it sounds. And well, I'm sorry for doing that. It was quite invasive of me, but I can't help but wonder. Why did you change your name around 1830? Because I was ashamed, I suppose. I had a family name to live up to. My grandfather was something of a successful lawyer. So when I turned up to my classes at law school, people would gawp at me. They would say, wow, you have big shoes to fill, and your grandfather would be proud. But I was a terrible law student. Mediocre, at best. I knew that, deep down, I would never be half the man my grandfather was. Fascinating. I had no idea. Who was your grandfather, if you don't mind me asking? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just another overly opinionated rebel who died in the old revolution. I see. Well, let's not dilly-dally any longer. We have duties to carry out. Right, we're going to find anecdotes, and we're going to defend the king whether he likes it or not. It'd be nice to know how many days I had. Let's go and visit Mousey. And Renard. I can't remember his voice. Visitors, Monsieur Volpez! Visitors! Ah, if it isn't Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson, how may I help you two today? We're doing very well, Monsieur, but we don't have much time, so let me cut to the chase. We're collecting positive anecdotes about the king. Would you happen to have any? Positive anecdotes? How curious. As it happens, I have met the king twice. Once, as you know, I was in my Juan Carrido persona. Ah, right, of course. I don't think that story would be of any use to you. What was the other incident? I can tell you, but there is a price. Are you serious? You're such a money grabber. A fox has to eat, monsieur. How much have I got? Fine, fine. How much do you want? 40 francs sound good? No! I beg your pardon? 10,000. That's a bit much. I don't have that kind of money, monsieur. Ah, no matter. I'm sure you'll think of some way of repaying the debt. Between now and my medical bills, we should be ready to afford basic things like food by the year 4,000? Let's not worry about the debt for now, monsieur. Let me just tell you the story. It was several years ago, 1841, I believe. I was lingering around the Ile de la Cité. I was in the pursuit of an investigative lead, so I had adopted the persona and outfit of a sickly beggar. That's when I was approached by a kind-faced man. It was the king himself. He took a 20-franc coin out of his pocket. The king gave money to a sick beggar, or at least someone who looked like a sick beggar. That's great, we can use that. I'm not done, monsieur. The king took the coin out and said, I know what it's like to be poor. When I was your age, I only had 1,000 of these to my name. Then he pocketed the coin and left. Oh. I'll make a note. Gave financial advice to the poor and needy. Okay. I hope that anecdote was of some use to you, monsieur. It might be, but I don't feel that we get 10,000 francs worth of material. I see. No matter, just keep me in mind if you ever see a potential client. We will. Have a pleasant day, monsieur. Okay, that was not a good story. Right. Oh, right. Oh, we are going to all of these places anyway. Well, let's head to the Pont des Arts. Monsieur Kingley, we need your help. Finally, it's about time someone here appreciated my skills. Your fishing skills, right? Term is angling, wise guy. This has nothing to do with fishing. Let me cut the preamble. We're looking for people who have positive stories about the king. Would you happen to have any? Stories, huh? You came to the right guy. I have a whale of a story for you. Of course you do. So the other day I was fishing and I caught this monster of a catfish. It was 2 meters long. Here we go. I caught a fish and it was this big. Oh, sure. I drag a 90-kilogram falcon out of the water and everyone buys it. Claim to catch one big fish and suddenly everyone's a skeptic. Please continue your story, Monsieur Kingley. Alright, so anyway, the king of all people happens to be walking by with his entourage. And they all clapped and cheered and came over to see the fish. And then the king says, I'm hungry, let's cook this fellow up. And then he just walks off with my fish. Can you believe that? Yes, I can believe that. Seems like something a royal penguin would do. Did you at least get paid for your fish? Oh yes, one of the royal guards was nice enough to flip 1 franc my way. 1 franc? You may as well have just flipped the bird. No offence. Ah, so the king supports the local fishing industry. Writing this down. We're twisting stories. I have no idea if the story will be of any use to us, but we appreciate your time, monsieur. Good day to you. Bye, monsieur fisherman. Hey, don't call me a fisherman. Person who fishes. I wonder if we've got time just to visit all the places. Let's go to the library. Okay, here we go. Nathan never let us down for any useful information. I'm sure he's got something interesting and pleasant to say about the king. Oh, it's you, monsieur. Perhaps you will surprise me today and actually ask to take out a book. I would, if I could, because books are awesome. Says the guy who's bought multiple copies of the same book by accident. Nope, just the usual today, an endless stream of questions. You two need an encyclopedia. Well, go on then. Ask whatever drivel you want to ask. Is the king a good leader? From your well-educated standpoint, is King Louis Philippe a good leader as far as leaders go? Well, I can't fault the king's pro-business spirit. The big industry leaders love him. Oh, this sounds promising. Of course. This comes at the expense of everyone who isn't a bourgeois. The wealth divide is stronger than ever. Maybe not. You can forget about socially progressive policies. The king signs off on all of Guizot's backward-thinking policies. And of course, in terms of leadership and charisma, the king is about as personable as a rotten purr. That'll do, monsieur. A simple no would have sufficed. Have you ever met him? Have you ever met King Louis Philippe? I have. As a matter of fact, he occasionally drops by this library to check out books. Unlike some people. What sort of books does he check out, monsieur? Thick books. I believe the last one he checked out was An Expansive History of the Macedonian Empire. I had no idea that His Majesty was interested in academic history. I'll make a note. King Louis Philippe is a well-read and intelligent man. It must be said that the books are usually returned with footprints on the covers. This leads me to believe the king may just use them to stand on during speeches. Oh. We'll just leave that part out. Yep, story's been added. Was there anything else? No. That'll be all. Thank you for your time and patience, monsieur. I look forward to our next round of idiotic questions. I really do. I assume there's only like a few days anyway. Okay, let's go to the pub. If in doubt, go to the pub. Ah, just the dodo I wanted to see. Madame Quenelle, quick question. Have you ever served the King of France? Good one, hon. That's hilarious. Hey, me serving the king, me. Would you like some wine, your majesty? Can't wait to serve the King of Denmark. I think that was a no. I think you might be right. The drinking room. Inspector Valerti? Hello, Inspector. Oh dear. Oh dear. Falcon! J. Falcon. Yes? I think I made a mistake. I'll say, do I see 2 empty bottles of Russian vodka? It's a mystery how you're still standing. No, listen, this is important. Inspector, maybe we should have this conversation when you're a little more sober. No! Oh, Falcon, listen. Falcon, I thought you were the one. The what? The radiant killer, the man who injured me in the July Revolution. You thought I was the radiant killer? How did you even come to that conclusion? I saw that you changed your name around 1830. Hey. You made an assumption. Wait, is that why you gave Severin a tip-off? Were you trying to lure the animal out of me or something? I'm sorry, Falcon. It was a mistake. Do you forgive me? Yes, sure. I forgive you for assuming that I'm a mass murderer and for nearly killing me and Severin in order to prove it. Oh, thank you, Falcon. Now listen closely, Inspector. I have a favor to ask of you. A favor? For you, JJ? Anything. Maybe you should wait until the Inspector's a little more coherent. No, I want to help. I must pay my debt. Excellent. So Severin and I are planning a case, a very big case, against the King of France. We intend on trying him before the rebels can get their hands on him. When the rebellion starts, we'd like you to bring the king to the courthouse. Do you think you can do that? Inspector? Treason! You sympathize with the rebel cause. This isn't treason, Inspector. We're ensuring the safest outcome to an inevitable revolution. You're treason. You're treason. You're scum. Told you, incoherent. Yeah, I guess you were right, Sparrowson. Well, Inspector, maybe you should contact us if you change your mind. And once you've sobered up. Card room. I think it's gambling here, isn't it? Oh, the big fellow's returned. Good to play some cards, monsieur. Why not? Play one round. Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur. Very well, then. Do you know how to play? Yes. Of course. I've been playing for years. Yeah, right. Don't get too cocky, Falcon. Very good. I shall be the dealer. We will bet 5 francs per game. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Go for 21. Yeah, I know. Your turn. 10. Hit. 18. Stand. I don't like the fact it shuffles him back in. 5, 16. Yeah, so he has to keep going. Being a dealer does give you that advantage. Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout. Where you know what you need to hit. So he can, like, go, well, if I'm going to lose anyway, if I don't beat you, so I can push a bit higher. Shall we have another round? Nope. I think we're done. Maybe another day, monsieur. I understand. Feel free to come back anytime. I think we're just going to leave now. Are you ready to hit the road? Yep, let's make a move.